Hi everyone, I am back like on color. Hi to 1,211 subscribers. Oh my word! Like it was just like yesterday, literally like 4 days ago or 5 days ago, when I was like hi to like 1,170 something subscribers. But hey, 1,211. That for me is a huge milestone. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that this channel is growing. Like I've always wanted my channel to grow, but I just didn't know like what kind of content would make it grow. And guess what? It's university related content and informative content. So we are back with another very informative video. So I love how people are interacting in my comment section. Like I really love it. Like I love replying to your comments. And thank you for everyone who is praying for all the students in Stellenbosch for safety. And yeah, if you guys don't know, we did sign like a petition regarding safety measures that the university needs to take seriously. I don't know how far that went, but let's hope it's gonna work because it's it's hectic. It's not nice living in fear. But for today's video, someone in my comment section actually wanted to know about accommodation. I was like, you know what? I never actually went into deep detail about accommodation in Stellenbosch, and I feel like it would be very informative for students who are coming to Stellenbosch or parents who are sending their kids to like Stellenbosch University regarding accommodation. And I will be brutally honest when I tell you, like my viewers, it is not easy to find accommodation in Stellenbosch. If you don't have a res, if you did not get admitted to a res, it's gonna be very hard to find accommodation. It's either it's too far, too expensive, or you get scammed. But let me get straight into this video. Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, like, tell me what you want to see next, and subscribe, share it. And I just love how we are growing because I love giving you all information that is very important and just for like future students. And yeah, so first of all, res. My sister used to stay in res last year before we both moved into this apartment, into private. So regarding res, when I tell you that it is also a struggle to get res in Stellenbosch because it's always res is too full. The reason why I'm saying too full is because it's not full. Like I remember the first 3 or 4 weeks of like uni, the first during the first semester, first 3 or 4 weeks, students didn't have accommodation. Like they had to like stay at the was it the Danny Craven? Yeah, at the not the Danny Craven, but like the Gutenberg, yeah, the Gutenberg Stadium. They had to like sleep there, literally, and it was quite heartbreaking because I mean, you would go to university, you would expect to find accommodation, and for the fact that like accommodation, it's so unfair because kids who come from like a very far, guys, like very far, international students and students who come from Limpopo, like you see the distance from Limpopo and the Western Cape, it's a huge distance. Those are the kids that would never find accommodation, and for me that just doesn't make sense. You would get the university catering for kids who are literally nearby. Someone who's literally living in Somerset West would get accommodation, and someone who's coming from like Mozambique or Zimbabwe, they don't have accommodation. And it is like an international university, so you would think that they would cater for certain kids when it comes to accommodation, like put them in res first before you check with the local, before you check within who is within the Western Cape. You would check for international students first because accommodation. And with res accommodation, don't ever think your spot is secured, because you need to meet yamas. Yamas is an average that you need to have for you to be able to stay on res. If you don't have, or if you don't meet that average with like your academic results in uni, like let's say for the first semester and the second semester, you won't be able to return to res second year, right? And I did mention that res is never full, but they'll always tell the kids that, oh, it is full. But during the first 4 weeks, when it's like chaos and kids don't have places to stay at, but classes are continuing, it's quite sad, because I know a few people who literally had to sleep at the Daniel Craven stadium, or whatever that is, the Daniel Craven Hall. So imagine this, oop saal wat koud is. Oop saal wat koud is. Classes gaan aan. Classes are going on as normal. You don't have a place to stay. You coming from like let's say Mpumalanga or something like that. You have all these bags with you. You literally packed your life because you're coming to uni, but you get to uni and you don't get the accommodation, and you thought, okay, maybe it's gonna get sorted, but it doesn't get sorted. So then they would literally do last minute placements, and they will now find places in res, which is very surprising. Now all of a sudden reses are not full, or they would allocate you to like certain private accommodation. Private accommodation, parents, private accommodation in Stellenbosch is expensive. It is expensive. I remember how I was stressing my mom. Like, I remember how my mom was stressed because it was 2 weeks before uni, before welcoming week, or even a week before welcoming week. Me and my sister, we don't have accommodation. We almost got scammed by someone on Facebook, because parents literally are looking everywhere, joining Facebook groups and everything. Be very cautious of these Facebook groups, because these people will scam you. This man literally had this cutest apartment, but it was too good to be true. It looked like a hotel for me. So I googled the address and I'm like, this shows a hotel, not like a student accommodation. It was so beautiful. It was too good to be true. Like, you know how they would do the bedding setup in like hotels and all of that, the bathrooms where you get free shampoo and all of that. They cannot be a student accommodation. For me, it doesn't strike me as a student accommodation, but we were so desperate in that time, we were willing to settle for it. But then my mom was like, it's a silakani, something does not add up. And when we looked into it, it was really a scam. And this person was pushing for a deposit. We didn't even see, we didn't view this place, but this person was pushing, oh, please pay the deposit, the deposit. So if you're living private accommodation, right, which is expensive, there's a deposit that you need to pay, 2 months rent and like an administration fee. Now, most accommodations are like 5K, but now accommodations are being expensive. So they're now like, let's say 6K. So 6K times 2, 12K, and like, let's say 2,000 Rand administration fee, 14,000 for a deposit. And you still need to pay rent upon that. That is too much for certain parents. That is literally so much money. And when you look into accommodation, please make sure you think about the safety and the distance away from the university. Some people prefer to stay in Iris Valley and in Kayamandi, which is also a walking distance. But my thing is safety. And some people don't have money for Uber every single day, so they don't mind walking the distance. While I am closer to campus, like a 10-minute walk, but I would not walk. Like I mentioned in my previous video, if I had to walk, I am looking like a target. I am a target. And the places, the main road is where you get robbed, broad daylight, and people won't do anything. So yeah. And so initially You would think just because you live closer to campus, you're going to be safe. But no, please, when you check for accommodation, communicate with people who stay in that accommodation. Like, try to get to know people of that place. Try to communicate with people that you know stay at that place that you want to stay at. And the closer you are to campus, the more expensive the rent gets. I know of apartments of 14,000 rand. One bedroom apartment, 14,000 rand per month. Now imagine how much that deposit was. Some parents cannot afford that. Like, it is crazy. It is so crazy. So accommodation in Stellenbosch is, it's a challenge and no one is addressing it. I don't know why. Back to res. So initially in res, you share your space, right? Cool, you share your space. Sometimes a person is not comfortable with the other person you share with. And some reses are actually more expensive than private accommodation. Because I know my accommodation is actually more affordable than res. Because the reses here are very expensive. I won't lie. And don't think they will serve you the top tier food. Don't think that res is going to look very gorgeous. Don't think you'll have like huge space for yourself. No, you are sharing with a person. Space is quite limited. Food, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's just the reality of it. There's res cultures. Say you're an introvert person, you don't like to attend things, you don't like being part of things. In res, you have to do it for room points, or just do it. Like, I know during welcoming week, my sister had, like, when she was in her first year, while she was living in res, she used to tell me how she is literally suffering because she cannot maintain with the energy that you need to give every day, and you need to attend this and you need to attend that. But I genuinely really feel like the university should try to like place students who are literally coming from like further distances or like further provinces. Try to cater for them first before you look within Western Cape. I'm not saying that the kids who are in the Western Cape are not priority. I know races have so much space, and the weirdest thing in Stellenbosch is that the male races have more space than the female races. And in some female races, like, you also get senior races, basically for when you're 21 and above. And yeah, so in some races, I spoke about years and average that you need to have for you to be able to like live in the race again. But in some races, they make exception for some students to stay there again, meaning that some other students who really have the marks cannot stay there. And I feel like it's unfair. If it is in the constitution of the race that if you don't meet a certain percentage, you get out, then you should get out. There shouldn't be like a certain treatment. We're gonna give you a second opportunity. Everyone in Stellenbosch is fighting for race because not majority of kids are not living on res. I'd say 30% of the university students live on res and 70% on like private accommodation. And it's a joke. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because I'm thinking about the deposit my mom had to pay. She didn't have like it was it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, we did not have accommodation up until like 1 week before we had to come to Stellenbosch. Ma'am, I was telling my sister, so we're basically homeless. Like, we are homeless. And in that moment, we were joking about it, but it was serious. I was busy buying vines and all these things, but I don't have a place to stay. What was I thinking? But I was buying all of this. Talking about private accommodation, let me have some recommendations for some people who did not get into res, which private accommodation you can look for. Let's start with the one close to me, Noitredag. So you get Noitredag A, Noitredag C. I'll speak about the pros and the cons. So Noitredag A and C is basically student accommodation, where 8 people share a flat. It's like a huge complex. It's like a lot of students actually. Notre Dame B is more like flats, like my kind of accommodation. You have students living there, but you also have like working people living there, because it's not like it's apartments. It's not like a res kind of thing, like Notre Dame A and C. So pros of it: there's a shuttle. There's a shuttle, and what are the other pros? It's close to campus. It's like the same distance as me. It's a 10-minute walk. But there being a shuttle, I doubt that anyone would want to walk, because you know what, when you walk, what happens? Like, so yeah. The cons, I feel like there's more cons than pros. Other people might see there's more pros than cons. But yeah, so you're 8 in a flat, 4 bedrooms, 2 people in 1 room, right? So 2 people in 1 room. Space is quite limited. Now imagine you are one like of 8 other people sharing the space. I feel very unease. It's too many people for me, and the space that they have is so small. It's literally very small. And the rent is going up there, which is crazy. I know Noit C is going to be 8.5 or 8,000, something like that. That for me is crazy. That includes the shuttle fee as well. But if you're NSFAS student, the deposit is 2,000, if I'm correct. I don't know if you're not an NSFAS student, how much the deposit is. I don't have any knowledge of that. And yeah, basically, Noit A has I think more rules regarding noise and all of that than Noit C, because I'm opposite Noit C, and when I tell you the noise, it feels like I'm living in Noit C, but I'm not even there. Like the noise and all of that. But if you're a person who can study through noise and through all kinds of like distractions, like disturbances, all of that, I feel like Noit would work for you, because the fact that there's a shuttle, it's actually quite good. But 8,000 is like quite a lot of money, because NSFAS has this kept amount that is 5,000 rand for accommodation. So that means your parents or someone needs to top up that 3,500 for you to be able to pay rent. And there are cleaners. I forgot to tell you that. There are cleaners. They also have like a little, I'm literally looking at it while I'm talking, so I'm trying to like figure out. Okay, there's a little balcony, so you can go in a balcony space. That's cute. There's a parking, there's a gym, and the parking, if you have a car, the parking is literally inside, so it's not like outside the residence, it's literally on the ground floor. Yeah, basically that's about Noit A and Noit C. And then you get my accommodation. Should I say the name? I feel like I should. You get Lares. So Lares has 2 entrances. I'm at the back, not at the front. At the front, it's Bird Street. This is Tyler Street, right? So Bird Street, like I said, very dangerous. Very dangerous, but Lares has security. Oh no, it also has security, by the way. Lares has security, and we have our own laundry there. No, it doesn't. Do they have laundry? I don't know anything about the laundry situation at Noit. I will find out, and if someone asks that in my comment section, I'll find out. But as I said, at the front of Lares, it's like quite busy because it's Bird Street, like you get a lot of people walking from Kayamandi. Someone was actually robbed here at the front. And I tell you, it's getting dangerous. I'm actually glad I'm at the back side. So rent here is also going up. So it's like now 6K-ish, 6,000-ish. And like I said, calculate how much the deposit is. Let's say you're paying 6,000 or 7,000 or something like that. And don't think that you're gonna get a furnished apartment. If you get a furnished apartment, that's yay. That is by God's grace. That is what, like, literally, we got a furnished apartment. I was so happy. because my mom was already stressing that, hey, we're not finding accommodation. Now imagine not finding accommodation and now you're getting an unfurnished place. Like, imagine, taking a couch, taking a bed, like, what do you have to buy? So we were quite lucky, I'm not gonna lie. We were very lucky to get like a furnished apartment, fully furnished. Literally, when I told you, this place was so furnished to the point where the lady even left ispice zakhe. Sy het haar vader ook gelos. Sy het alles hier gelos. Dis like 'n pragtige plekkie. Ek sal nie lieg nie. En ons is by die stil kant. It's quite quiet on our side, but like, as I said, at the front, kuningi nje. And our security also patrols here at the back. We have very tight security and all of that. Not all flats or apartments at Lares are furnished. Not all flats or apartments are furnished. You get bachelors, you get 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Do you get 3 bedroom? I don't know. 3 bedroom? I don't know. That. That was my sister. But yeah, I don't know about 3 bedroom. I know about 1 and 2 bedrooms and a bachelor. And you also get balcony space. But we are on the other side. So we don't have balcony space, but we're now complaining about it because we have more room space. Like, our rooms are huge. Actually, now that I think of it. And I say the disadvantage is that we don't have a shuttle, so you have to Uber if you're a person that does not want to walk. You can walk. Like I said, it's a walking distance, but it's also at your own risk, you know, because of the safety. And yeah, so let's go to other accommodations that I know of. There's some accommodation in, like I said, Kaimandi, Cluttersville, or Ida's Valley. Some people say it's not a far walking distance. Some people say it's quite the walking distance. I know Kaimandi people, they're always like, it's not that far, because like, if I'm at Larry's, Kaimandi is like a 5-minute walk away from me. So for them, it's like a 15-minute walk to campus. Someone in Ida's Valley might say, okay, it's not that bad as well. It's the same distance as Kaimandi. But then other people will say it's like quite the distance. Depending where you stay in Ida's Valley, are you at the entrance or like deep, or like are you in the middle? So yeah, Cluttersville, I don't have any information about Cluttersville, but I know of some students who stay there. So I forgot to mention actually that there is a shuttle that the university provides. You don't pay for it, you just book the shuttle, but it does not take students in the mornings. It only takes them from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So when you have late study sessions on campus and everything, I do make use of the shuttle, I'm not gonna lie. When I have study sessions, when was the last time I had a late study session on campus? Also, when I'm quite limited on the Uber money, I'd stay on campus till like 6 p.m. so that I can catch the shuttle back home. And it goes in Stellenbosch Central, it goes to Kaimandi, it goes to Iris Valley, and it goes to Cluttersville, and to like nearby locations of those main 3 locations. So it does drop you off at the front of your accommodation, and yeah, it is quite good, I'm not gonna lie. You should just book you should book in time so that you know you got your space there. What else? Salois Chris. So Salois is in Easterrivier, I believe. Yeah, Easterrivier. It's quite far from Stellenbosch. It's outside. It's a 45-minute drive away from Stellenbosch. But the university does, in the beginning of the year, when you know accommodation is an issue, they do refer some students to Salois. They do have a shuttle. Just like Noit, they do have a shuttle. I don't know how many people are in a flat. I haven't asked my friends. I think 4 people share a flat, and then 2 people in each room. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm not sure, but they do have a shuttle. They have a swimming pool, guys. They have a swimming pool. Do they have cleaning services? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't. I should ask. If someone asks in my comment section, I'll just ask one of my friends to say there, and then I'll get back to you. Actually, something that I forgot to mention about Lares, there are people who help to clean, but you have to pay for that as well. And there's also a lady, if you don't want to do your own laundry, she does it for you, but you also have to pay for it. I prefer doing my own laundry because I get to save money, because 3 loads for me to wash and dry is 180, because it's like 30 rand a load. 30 rand to wash, 30 rand to dry. So if she does it for me, the lady, it's like 300 rand for 3 loads, and I find that to be expensive. Budget is limited. But yeah, there's also the cleaning ladies. There's also maintenance, actually. If something goes wrong in the apartment, like let's say geyser burst, we had a problem with our geyser, actually. There is maintenance. In some places they don't have maintenance, so whenever you look for accommodation, try to see if they have maintenance, how far it is from the Stellenbosch campus, like the main campus, how is the safety around it, because safety comes first. And don't think just because you're close to campus you're going to get campus security around you. You're not going to get that. You won't get that. You won't, trust me. The closer you are to campus, the more expensive it gets, and the further away you go, it does also. I'm not gonna say you hardly get something of 1.5 accommodation. Not here. Highly doubt that. Highly doubt. And what else? Yeah, basically I did mention about res and how that is such an inconvenience, guys. Oh my word. I would like to know, like, how do they choose people for res? I didn't get into res, and you know what, I don't see myself in res, actually. I'm a person. Finish this video. Oh my word. Okay, like I said, I feel like parents know how their kids are, like what their capabilities are. So I wouldn't recommend you to, like, if you know that your child would not want to be in a very crowded place, don't try to put them in a crowded place, because it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. So if you know that your child won't be able to, like, live in an accommodation like Noid, see, where there's a bit of noise, distractions and disruptions, and there's like a lot of people, try not to, like, put your child in that kind of accommodation, but like a res or something like that, because at least at res you only have like one roommate, and you get to, like, study on campus and all of that. And if you're in res, you get to campus security, actually they escort you to your res at night. It's like the walk with services, and like I said, the walk with services, they don't go to places like Noit C and La Res, because it's like further away from campus. They mainly focus on areas like within the campus, within the campus area. But yeah, I feel like I am yapping a lot, but I hope this video is very informative. And yeah, remember safety, distance, and how much it is. Please guys, do not I feel like this is when the stress hits, when you don't have accommodation but you have like a university. It's like so frustrating. You're like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, some people take a leap of faith and they come here with everything, but they don't have accommodation, and that's quite sad for me, guys. Very sad. But I'm just complaining. Anyways, I'm gonna love and leave you guys, and see you all in the next video. Mwah, 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 mwah.